What is up, YouTube? I hope everyone is doing well. I want to welcome you guys to episode 3 of Ask a Dev. This is Chris Sean, and I am doing another live Q&A today. I am actually out with some friends. I'm here at the mall right now. I'm actually with some friends, and we're here just doing some cool stuff, talking to a lot of people, meeting people, and just doing things and hanging out. But I really hope that everyone is doing well today. Today, what I do want to talk about, and I'm pretty sure it's a question that a lot of people have, is why do developers get paid so much? Where even if you don't go to college, even if you don't go to, let's say, get a degree, a 6-year degree, a master's, a PhD, bachelor's, everything that rhymes with DD or CC, whatever it's called. Why do we get paid so well? And I think that's a very important question. And another question would be, why do some places pay developers $120,000 a year? My a coworker could have potentially got a job that would have paid him $400,000 a year. So why do we get paid so well? And I think that's something we really want to know. And so that is what I want to talk about today. But I want to say what's up to everyone who is in the channel right now, who is in this live video. What is up, Demas430? What is up, Krons, Daniel, David, Isaac, Lanky Legs, Kaya, Jones, and Ash K. I hope everyone's doing well. But anyway, guys, I'm here again. And so the question then is, why do developers get paid so much? A lot of people have been asking me, what do I get paid? And I've always been wondering, should I tell you? And I probably shouldn't, because my coworkers watch this video too. I don't want them to know how much I get paid. But the reason that developers get so paid right now, get paid so well, number one, I think a good question is, what is the average salary you tend to see on Google? When you search Google, like, what is the average salary of people? I'm sorry, guys, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you guys. Anyway, I'm not going to do that. But for example, a junior developer in, where is this? In Texas will get paid $45,000 a year. Maybe sometimes $35,000 a year. But then some people are asking me, then Chris, if a junior developer gets paid $35,000, $40,000 a year in Texas, why do junior developers get paid $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 a year in California? What's the big deal? The big deal is just literally, it's because the cities are so different, the cost of living is so different. Here in LA, an apartment, a 1-bedroom apartment costs about $2,100 in LA. $2,100 for a single apartment, 1-bedroom apartment, okay? While in Texas, an apartment in Texas only costs about $1,200. In Las Vegas, okay? In Las Vegas, the cost of living, yes. My parents, they have a house in Las Vegas, and guess how much a 3-bedroom, 2-story house costs in Las Vegas? They're renting it for only $1,350. That's a big difference, right? It's the exact same thing in Texas. But if you were to move here to LA, if you were to move to San Francisco, in San Francisco, an apartment for a 1-bedroom apartment in San Francisco is anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000. Where I'm at right now, this is one of the more expensive areas. I didn't buy anything. I have no money. I just bought a new lens, which you'll see in a couple weeks. Here where I am in this area, an apartment here is about $2,500 for 1 bedroom. So it's extremely expensive. And that's one of the main reasons, right? Now, that's one of the bigger factors, and that's why a senior developer in San Francisco gets paid $130,000 a year, while a senior developer here in Orange County gets paid maybe $90,000 to $100,000. It's a difference in the cost of living. Now that you know that, let's just get that off the road, because some people think, Chris, am I going to get paid just like you right when I get my first job? Am I going to get paid, anywhere between $50,000 to $60,000 a year right away? Because I'm a junior developer? No, that's not true for everyone. If you live in the Philippines, that's not true. If you live in Texas, that's not true. If you live where else? North Dakota, that's not true. So what happens is that it depends on where you live. Right now, number two, which is something that a lot of people want to know. And guys, if you haven't yet, go ahead and ask questions, and I'll start answering them once I get there. Anyway, where was I? Number two is this. Why do developers get paid so well? Is because that's where people make money now. It's literally like, that's how companies make money. Nowadays, let me put my camera down so it'll be more clear. What is up, Lara? Nowadays, like before, for you to make money, you had to actually own your own building, right? You had to have your own building. You had to have a storefront. You had to rent a building somewhere, let's say on Market Street in San Francisco, or in New York. You have to get a good building that the rent that's extremely expensive to be able to show people that you're selling a product. But nowadays, you don't need a building. Nowadays, even for me, if I wanted to sell something, I don't need a building anymore. What do I need to sell my products? I just need a website. I just need someone to code a website that's selling what I want to sell and make it sell well. Make the transactions easier to sell. Does that make sense? Not just that, I need a developer to make sure that people want to use my product. So I need someone that knows UI UX. I need someone to do all this. And so the reason that people get paid so well nowadays is pretty much that's where the money is. Money isn't just in department stores anymore. For example, right behind me, what's right behind me is actually a Nordstrom. And now people used to think you need to get your clothing and everything in a Nordstrom to make money, but nowadays you don't. You could start a money from scratch right now. You could start a company from scratch right now, build it from there and make bank. For me alone, freelance-wise, this I could talk about. Freelance-wise, I make about $1,700 a month on top of what I actually get paid on my current salary as a developer. So just from freelance jobs alone, I make $1,700 a month, and that's just that's part-time. That's what pays for my medicine. Actually, that's what pays for my car. That pays for everything else, and everything else I get from work is just goes straight to savings. And for when I propose to Midori, which will be very, very soon, and she knows that too. So that is why. That's because that's where the money is nowadays. I'm sure there's a lot more things I can say in detail, which I do want to talk about in another video. But if you have any other questions regarding that, ask me and I'll make sure to answer that. But let's go ahead and let's start getting into the questions. So wow, there's a lot now. Let me keep scrolling up. Wow, you guys are awesome. Okay, Love Nature says, discovered you yesterday. Love your energy. On my way to becoming a developer. Hey, what's up, Love Nature? I know you can do it. Yeah, Isaac, Vegas is pretty cheap, man. Let's go to the questions. Okay, Isaac, he's asking this question. What happened with Udemy inviting you to create courses? Any news on that? Yeah, actually, Udemy is very interesting. Oh, let me fix this. They did want me to actually teach courses on there, but more than subscribers, they were looking for a really large email list where you guys get on my email list, and because of my large email list, maybe one of you guys will buy it. But I don't have an email list. I'm not here to make money off of you guys. They thought I was doing stuff like that to collect your information so I can email you everything they're trying to sell, but that's not what I am. I don't want to do that to you guys. So I thought they wanted me just to create something and then mention it on my YouTube, but not really try to sell it to you guys. Everything. I don't want to do that. I don't want to make money off of you guys. That's not my goal at all. So all right, let's keep going. But good question. Can you guys hear me clearly, by the way? Because it's actually really loud. Okay. Leon Moore, he's asking, simple supply and demand, that's why we get paid so much. That's very true. But there are a lot of people getting to the industry now. There is a big need of developers, but not many people actually know how to code well. A lot of people know code, okay? A lot of people know how to create a one-page website. That's nothing. I can create a one-page website in 10 minutes. Well, 30 minutes to make it nice and mobile-friendly. But not many people know how to do that well. And that is why you can't just have the mindset of just going through classes on Team Treehouse. You can't have the mindset of just finishing classes on Udacity and thinking that finishing class on Udacity makes you a developer. No, it doesn't. What is your goal? Your goal is to make sure you learn it, and you learn it well so you can work on things well. You can solve problems. That is why you get paid well, because you know how to solve problems. That is why my company, I just answered your question, Daniel. That is someone who could code well. Someone who knows how to look at a problem and knows how to solve it. And that is why my even technical director, that's why he actually considers me valuable at the company now. Mainly because when there's a problem, for example, for the last couple of weeks, I've been working on the same stuff over and over again. I was really bored. But yesterday on Friday, he finally asked me to do something really complex where I use JavaScript to transfer information from one page to another, from one page to another, and one page to another, which I've never done before. And I was able to do that in about 3 hours. And I was able to solve that problem for a client. And no one's ever done that in my company. I was the first one. So things like that, that is what makes a developer good. Not just that they know a language, not just they know how to make loops or how to use functions, but they know how to solve a problem, and to solve it well, meaning you do it quickly too. So yes, all right. Good question, man, good question. All right, let's go up. Wow, there's a lot of questions. You guys are awesome, man. Sorry, I'm almost there. Okay, let's keep going. Kaya Jones, are you a senior dev or going to be one? You know, the term senior developer doesn't matter. A lot of people think the title senior developer means a lot. It really doesn't. Not to developers. Maybe to everyone in the outside world, maybe when someone's trying to hire you. But within our company or any company in general, the word senior developer is just a title. There are people who are really good at code. Senior developer is just a title, meaning that you are the person that everyone goes to questions, but everyone's valuable. No one thinks that they're better than anyone else. Everyone's there to help each other. Everyone's there just to get the project done. So that is, yeah. So yeah, you can say my goal is to be a senior developer. No, my goal is to be a good developer, a well-rounded developer, where I'm pretty much good with everything, and that's what I want to do. That's my goal, that I can make everything. Good question. Nick, no, I'm sorry, man. I don't know anything about Florida's developer economy. Zach, how does a degree impact the pay range? Okay, that is a good question. How does a degree impact a pay range? That is based upon, let's say, your first couple of years as a developer, you could say. Because, dang, it's windy. Let me know if it's too windy for you guys. But anyway, let's get away from the wind. For example, let's say I got hired as a developer. I'm a junior developer, but I have no experience. Compared to someone who has a 4-year degree as a computer science major, and what's the difference between the two? A computer science major shows that they know how to solve problems. A computer science major shows that he knows how to code already. He's put in the effort to teach himself and to learn and push through problems that he doesn't know how to code yet because of that degree. Compared to a junior developer who does not have a degree, doesn't know how to prove that he can solve problems. Now, in regards to the pay range, I can honestly say within the first 2 to 3 years, the pay range is huge. A graduate can get paid anywhere from maybe $60,000 to $90,000 a year, depending on where you live, while a junior developer with no experience could get paid anywhere from $35,000 to $50,000 a year. So that's the kind of pay range and differences in degrees. But again, let's say you go to college, you get a job without a degree, you don't have to pay student loans. Wow, that person that gets paid $80,000 a year has to pay what? $2,000 a month in loans. And so it's fine. The pay range isn't a big of a deal because as a self-taught developer, you don't have any loans. I have no loan to pay. The only loan I pay is on my car. And my car's right here, guys, right there. You see my car? Anyway, that's a good question. All right, so Lanky Legs. So you never really explain what you do as a front-end developer, and I think personally the internet does not explain what front-end is over. Oh shoot, don't cancel my live. Okay, so this is a good question. This is a very good question, so check this out, guys. So Lanky Legs is asking this. Chris, you never really explained what you do as a front-end developer, and I think personally the internet does not explain what front-end is over back-end. Could you answer? I know, but lots do not. Okay, good question. It's very simple. Let's think of it like this, okay? I don't want to show you my license plate number. Okay, you guys see my car right here? This is my car. Now, when you create a car, what is up, Adam? When you create a car, right, there's two types of people. There's a person that designs the outside of the car. And how does he design the outside of the car? He does what? He draws it on the white sketch paper and he brings it to the boss and says, you know what, does this look good? No, we need to make some changes. That's not good enough. We need to make sure that the car has maybe a nice pink, I don't know, bumper. I don't know anything about cars. So what do? You go back to the sketchboard and what do? You erase that bumper that you had, that black bumper, and you change it to a pink bumper. And you bring it to the boss and he's like, you know what, that pink bumper is good, but now try to add like maybe a sunroof on top of the car. And so what does the artist do? He starts to draw a sunroof on top of the car, and now you have my car. Okay, my car does not have a pink bumper, okay? Now, what does a back-end developer? A back-end developer is like this. The back-end developer does this. All right, now we have the car. This is how the car is supposed to look like. Now, what do you need to do, Mr. Back-end developer? You need to go ahead and make sure that the car moves well. I want to make sure that this car is able to drive at least in regards to gas, what's that called? MPG, miles per gallon. I want to make sure that my car has 30 miles per gallon. So you need to make sure that you design the back end well enough so that the car moves well. And not just that, I want to make sure that the inside of the car, what does it do? It has seat warmers, so you know my butt gets cold. I want my butt to get warm. And not just that, you want to make sure that the windows are auto. What do you call that? You click the button and the windows go down. It's not manual windows. It's not stick shift, but it's automatic. And that is the difference between a front end and a back end developer. Yes, back end developer is the engine, right? Now, some people would think back end is better than front end. Some people would think front end is better than back end. No. Now, at my company, back end is more important, right? Why is back end more important at my company? Back end is more important at my company because that is the type of company that's what my company does. That's what we sell. We sell, I can make something look beautiful, but what sells to clients are the solutions we built in the back end. And that is what clients want in my company. Now, at a normal web development company, front end and back end is just as important. Okay, so Michael, good question. And so what do I do at my company? I am a front end developer. Now, I don't make whole web pages because I don't need to. I know how to, but we don't make a whole website of like 50 pages. What I make at my company is I make landing pages, I make one-page websites, I make payment pages, I make registration pages, I make, I made a registration page for Kevin Durant, and I just made a registration page. Adam was there. If you're watching, I made a registration page for the NFL Steelers. And yes, so Michael, the question is, do I copy and paste my code a lot? Yes, I do. The reason is because I get so many requests throughout the day. My job isn't just to make websites, but I have to make them quickly, which is actually pretty difficult. By the way, Adam, if you didn't see the last video, man, everyone's requesting you to make your own YouTube channel, man. Okay, let's keep going down. All right, I'm getting stuck on these questions. Okay. New questions. From Caesar. Oh, where's Midori? Midori is out with her friend. She didn't want to be with me today. Okay. Renato is asking, do I ever think of starting a company? I am. Dev's life. I'm starting that company now. Good question. But it's just like a side hustle. It's not my main job. It's something I want to do for fun. That I want to make a clothing line for developers where they feel like there's something that represents them now. Where you're not wearing just clothes from I got this jacket from Target. Right? Where you're not wearing clothes from Target, but you're wearing the kind of clothing that represents who you are. That is what I want to be. Why? Because I want to be able to show the whole world who I am too. I want to make it stylish like this too, hoodies, regular shirts, and things like that. And that does take a while to do, but I am getting into it. Good question. Let's see. Lucas, how to prepare for an interview? You just keep going in, man. You don't know how to prepare for an interview until you get into it, but you just go in. A lot of people say you should practice problems on a whiteboard. I never did that. You just keep building. Be confident in what you're doing, and that's how you get into an interview. So all of the interviews that, oh man, sorry, let me clean this. This is annoying. Okay. All of the interviews that I had were never whiteboard. They're all on the phone. They're all asking me JavaScript questions. How do you do a pull request? How do you do a push request? Simple things like that. So good question, man. Caesar, this is for the 15-year-olds out there, okay? He says, I'm 15 years old and I want to create a website, but I'm so confused. When you say create a website from scratch, do you just use a text editor? Yes, you use a text editor. You can use Sublime Text. And you don't need to go Treehouse, man. For that, just go to YouTube and they'll teach you. All right, Selmar, he's asking, Chris, I started to learn the basic fundamentals of HTML, CSS. What is your opinion on Python? Should I take the language up next, or which one would you recommend? Anthem, Arizona. Python's good, but Selmar, do what I do, man. Go on Craigslist.com, click jobs, click web, whatever, web design or something, or tech, or software development. And what you need to do is click on that and look at what languages are actually popular there. It'll tell you clearly if PHP is more popular or Python's more popular, but I personally would go for PHP. Good question. Where do you find your freelance jobs? What I do is I DM people on Instagram everywhere, DM everyone and everywhere on Instagram, or I use Upwork.com. That's where I got my first freelance client. All right, what is up, Fat Piper? Leon C# Life. C# is actually pretty good to learn too. I never learned it yet. Okay. Nicholas, he's asking what to do after HTML, CSS, and before he learns PHP, learn JavaScript and jQuery, then go to PHP. Man, I'm losing my voice. Okay, let me sit down for this, guys. Whew. All right. Hey, let me know if I'm talking too fast too, guys. I'm sorry. All right, so Ashray, he's asking, how can I get my first project as a freelancer if I don't have an experience? Ashray, I have a video on how to get your first client as a freelance developer. Look at my video, and I think it just mentions how to get your freelance client. Sorry, I already answered that question, so you can check out that video. Eric, what is up, Chris? I don't expect you to know this, but what's easier to learn, iOS programming or web programming? They're both the same. They're both the same. iOS might need more algorithms. You're gonna have to learn different languages. You need to learn, for Android it's Java. For iOS, you just have to learn, I think it's Swift 3 now. It's the same thing. It's easy to transition from one to another, and that's what I do plan on doing later in the future, iOS, since it's pretty big right now. Whew. But anyway, before I go to the next questions, let me take a break. Okay, Isaac, he's asking this. Isaac is asking, he said he's creating a simple landing page right now for some real estate brokers at my wife's office. Could I put that down on my resume? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Put that on your resume. Put that on your portfolio. That's what I do. That's what I do also. Guys, we're at 70 people watching right now. 70 people. My goal is to at least just do a video for about 25-30 minutes, so I have 5 minutes left. John, I'm a beginner. What code is the best to start with? Start with HTML and CSS, John. Good question. With freelancing, from Michael, what exactly do you do? Do you create websites from scratch? I do everything. Some people ask me to create e-commerce pages. Some people ask me to add payment pages or registration or send mail.php apps onto the website. Very simple stuff, but they add on because I pretty much create the same thing over and over again. Since my niche is payment and e-commerce pages, a lot of times I just copy and paste my code into another website and I'm done like that. I just have to redesign it differently to make it match their actual website. Retro stacks, where do babies come from? Dude, they drop down from heaven. Okay, I'm losing my voice. Yes, so Jessica said iOS is harder but easier in the long run. You don't have to deal with web browsers. That's very true. What makes iOS very ideal for a lot of people is that you don't have to match a widescreen TV. You don't have to worry about matching a TV as large as a theater. You know, it's all just on the iPhone, on the Android, and they tend to be just like normal sizes or plus sizes. Good question. Oh man, guys, I don't know if I can read all of this. Okay. I'm gonna try my best. Okay, Leon said I messed with databases and I almost shut down my entire company. No, I didn't. That was someone else, okay? Someone almost shut down our company, not me. What is up, Lake Sand from Denmark? How much does a developer get paid? A junior PHP developer could get paid anywhere over $50,000 a year. SAS fan is asking, how do I become good at CSS? I think there's something I want to get into. I'm not good at CSS yet. I mean, I'm still learning. The way you get good in CSS is by making all kinds of pages. Does that make sense? When you learn something, you don't just learn it, but you start creating with what you learn. For example, I showed Adam one of the pages I made, and what my first task for him was to create something I made, copy it, but don't look at my code. And so I made sure it took him about a week to do it, and it took me a week to do it also, to pretty much imitate what I did. Now I'm very confident in CSS. Some people, when I show pictures of the projects I work on at work sometimes of my code, and some people were telling me, Chris, why are you using tables? That's so bad to use. But for what I'm doing, tables is it's the easiest thing to use since I'm trying to get projects done. Okay. All right. I'm gonna end in 3 minutes, okay guys? So Tux is asking, yo, Chris, what are your thoughts on the industry moving to front-end related technology? You only have a back-end as an API. I think that's huge. That's why I love front-end. I think a lot of things are changing, but back-end is always going to be needed. I think back-end is always going to be bigger than front-end. I think back-end developers are always going to get paid more because it's the solutions that back-end developers pay that cause them to get paid so much. It's the solutions that we make. For example, Facebook, they don't stay the same. Facebook pays off all on PHP. But what did Facebook do? Why are they so big right now? Because they keep building better solutions for Facebook users like me and you to want to use it more. And so I believe that backend developers will always get paid well. Sorry, Aaron, I didn't mean to beat you on doing a live video chat. Dang, guys, there are a lot more questions. So I'm just going to skip through them right now. And I'm sorry if I can't read all of this. Oh, man. Okay. I'm just going to start from the bottom. I'm sorry, guys. This is a lot. I can't handle all this. Let's see. But anyway, if you guys want to know, I am actually in, where am I? I'm in Santa Ana right now. I'm in Santa Ana with some homies hanging out. But what is up, FX? What is up, Paul? What is up, James? Thanks. Thank you. Anyway, guys, tell Adam that he needs to start his YouTube channel, man. Tell Adam he has to start his YouTube channel. Man. Anyways, and while I'm scrolling down, I want to take a short break from answering questions. Can you guys let me know what I could do differently on my live videos? Because I know I try to answer a lot of questions, but now I'm getting like 80 people per at one time on my videos when I do a live chat, and it's hard to keep up with all of them. So maybe I can have people just tweet me questions now and I'll go from there. Maybe I can have people DM me questions on Instagram or tag me on their Instagram and post the question there. Maybe that'll be easier because it's pretty hard, man. It's pretty hard to keep up with all of this. All right, Max Power. Anyway, all right, let's go back to the questions. I'm gonna answer 2 more questions and I'm gonna go, okay, guys? But I'll make sure to answer these questions in depth to give you guys better quality content. Good question from Daniel. I think this is a question. You know what? I'm going to put this in what is in my titles of the video, Daniel. Daniel is asking this. When can you call yourself a full stack developer? That's a good question. Is anyone here a full stack developer right now? How can you call yourself a full stack developer? I think you can call yourself a full stack developer when you actually get paid to do that. Does that make sense? Because you can just make things, right? And you could make a front end page and a back end page for your own personal portfolio, but that doesn't mean you're a full stack developer. What is a developer? Is someone who actually makes money for coding. What is a basketball player? Give me 1 second. A basketball player, let me just ban Max Power. Boom, he's banned. Okay, boom, he's gone. Okay, anyway, so how do you become someone that's a full stack developer? How can you recognize yourself as that? Is that when you actually get paid to do that? Well, the full stack developer is someone who knows, for example, the mean stack, the lamp stack, when you know HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, Angular, when you know also not just that, but you're also well-rounded on a backend language like PHP, MySQL, or PHP and MariaDB, or PHP and SQL, or MongoDB, and all of these things. So that's what makes a full stack developer. But you can't call yourself a full stack developer until you get paid to do it, honestly. So that's my thought on that. I'm getting really close to being a full stack developer. I'm about maybe 2 or 3 months. So I am very excited. Okay. Good question, James. All right. So James suggested this. James said that I should what? James says I should take in questions and have a 10-minute Q&A. I think that's a good idea, man. That's a very good idea. I think I'll start doing that now. Okay. Anyway, one last question all the way at the bottom. Let's see before I head out. Damian Owens, can you have a shout out? Yes, you can, sir. Okay. Anyways, guys, I think I'm gonna go. If Aaron in Beta is about to do a live video, make sure you watch that too. Aaron in Beta, he is a cool homie. He's actually one of the vloggers that I actually watch from beginning to end. He's very chill. Psycho Lebanon, ask your question, man. But Aaron in Beta, I actually watch his videos from beginning to end, all of his videos. I enjoy it. He seems like a really cool guy I could trust. We have each other's numbers, we text each other, so I really do trust that guy. So yeah. But anyway, last thing. Yeah, well, anyway, this is where I'm at, guys. I'm here at the mall. This is actually a huge mall, man. Check this out. This is nice. This is really nice. Also, if you guys want to know, some people were asking, did I used to write my own music? Yes, I used to write my music as a rapper. I used to write music. I was actually getting pretty big as a rapper, but I got into gaming and that ruined everything. What was Laura's question? Also, if you guys can you guys like this video? I wonder if that works. And if you haven't yet, add me on Instagram and Snapchat, Real Chris Sean. Yeah, I used to write music. I used to be a rapper, man. Anyway, what question from Laura? I don't see her question. Okay, good question. Last question of the day before I head out. Laura is asking, I'm about to start a treehouse primarily to learn to make a website. How I see that you can use WordPress. Wouldn't that make learning code necessary? WordPress, a lot of people like WordPress. Small companies use WordPress, not big companies. So I still work with WordPress when a company has it, but I wouldn't necessarily actually build a WordPress page for anyone. I don't actually like using WordPress. I would rather just code everything from scratch. That's just how I am, and I think programmers like that are very much in need today. Guys, look, a security guard actually came. Do you see him? He's right there riding his bike. He was staring at me for a little bit. All right. Oh, also, wait, you guys don't have the link? Abbas Rizvi, what's up, man? I'll become a Muslim. Assalamu alaikum. Okay. Yeah, I used to rap. You want me to bust a freestyle? I need a topic then. I don't have any beats on me though. My next vlog will have me freestyling. But alright, guys. I want to thank you guys for watching. It's been 30 minutes now and I actually have to go. I'm gonna head out. Yeah, so if you have any more questions, send me a message or hit me up on Twitter and I'll make sure to answer that question on the next video. Thank you guys for watching. Random clips. Love you all. You guys are amazing. I'll see you guys later. Bye.